Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to hold your yarn. Holding yarn and tension is one of the biggest parts of learning how to crochet, and crocheting in a way that will be efficient and have the right tension. So the tension can sometimes be too loose or too tight. Too tight is probably the most common for beginners. There's different ways to hold it. I use a way that uses every finger on my left hand has a purpose. So I start out with my hand facing up and bringing the working yarn through my little fingers like this, from the back to the front, and then winding it around, and holds it with this finger, and then I can hold the yarn like this. This way, this little finger right here, its job, and this one next to it, is to go in and out and keep the tension. That will, if it's shut, then it's a little harder to pull these things through. If it's open, things flow pretty good. This job is to have it come up here and go around it, so that when you come in and you're holding your crochet hook here and you're working right here with your crochet hook, you hold the tension by pulling down on this, and that's what these two fingers' job is. So these two fingers hold it down. This is the one that goes around, and then these two help with the tension. It also helps to have the tension with the string already pulled out a ways. So if you're pulling it out of the ball itself or twisting the ball around, that causes a really unequal tension. Sometimes you're pulling hard, sometimes it's easy, so having it pulled out of the ball is the best way. So when you're working that way, this is my favorite. There are lots of other ways that people do it, and it works. One that's really similar is pull from the back, wrap it around, and then some people bring it in front like this, and then around your finger and hold it like this. The closer your fingers are to the knot or the loop that you're working on, the more control you have over the tension. So that's one way to do it. This way doesn't work as well for me. I have little creases here in my fingers that I catch the yarn on, and if I'm picking it up with this hand, it catches right here. But this is some people have got this way to work pretty good. Other people just have a way to wrap it around their finger once or twice, and then they pick it up like this and use it like that, and just have it wrapped around one finger once like that, or twice. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, but my way has a pretty steady tension, and that is really what you want to consider when you're holding your yarn that you're working with. So this way, again, take your working end, wrap it around your little finger, put your palm up, back to the front, wrap it all the way around, behind, grab it with your fingers, and then you work from there. And then you just go on, and every time you're working on something, you let go and get it closer. Sometimes you can do a few things like few stitches and then work your fingers up closer, but the closer you are to it, a little more control you have. So really easy to do that when the tension's right, and that's one of the trickiest things. You have to learn to not scrunch up your hand, not let it all loose and wide all the time, but just find something in the middle that keeps that tension not too tight, not too loose. So that's it for how to hold your yarn.